Live from Cool Boys Central.
You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
Hold your dicks and rub your tits.
You'll be ice cold.
Here come the Cool Boys.
Just a young boy.
So cool.
So cool. So cool.
I see Cool Boys.
Internet. There's my end. So what are we drinking? I want to know what you're drinking. I want to talk about what I'm drinking. There's too much. There's too much other talk.
All right. Well, fine. I'll just start off first because mine is, a special one. So I got a special beer from Cool Boy and friend of the podcast and member of Cool Boy Nation, Steve. He gave me a Claremont Craft Ale Raspberry Tart Wheat Ale.
And the weird beers just keep on coming.
Thank you, Steve.
What are you? What are you drinking?
Oh, wow. This has got a very tart raspberry flavor to it.
What was that? A Claremont Ale? Pale Ale?
Claremont Craft Ale Raspberry Tart Wheat Ale with raspberry.
Raspberry.
I think if your beer has 10 names in front of it, I'm not drinking it.
Well, it's a gift, and I'm appreciative of the gift. Would you not drink the gift?
I would drink the gift.
See, I have to drink the gift. So, it's so good, Steve. It's crap.
You look energetic from it.
It's that tart.
All right, Nolan, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a full bottle of Pinot Noir.
Yep, that's it.
All right, I get to finally say what I'm drinking.
He's so excited.
So what's the topic tonight? The topic is the early internet, which started in the 90s, maybe kind of late 80s if you were super technical savvy. I have something also from that era.
Felk, you're glowing right now.
Zima? You have Zima. You have Zima.
No. Zima was actually late 90s, early 2000s, and very gay. And that's not, I had a gay roommate in college and all he drank was Zima. It was ridiculous. I was the first time I'd ever seen Zima. So I was like, oh, that stereotype's true. Now, for my drink tonight, this with the alcoholic part, I'm just going to mix it with Smirnoff on ice. But first, I'm going to taste it pure because I want to know what it just tastes like on its own. I am drinking Crystal fucking Pepsi.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
I had to go to a special 7-Eleven that has them. Because it's a limited release, limited time, Crystal Pepsi. It's not identical to the Crystal Pepsi in the past, but because it has a little more caffeine and I think uses sucrose as opposed to cane sugar. But I drank one of these, I believe, when it came out in 1991. I'll have to Google it. But I remember thinking, oh my God, it's Pepsi. It's cola, but it's clear. It's going to taste like regular Pepsi, but it's clear. And then it just tasted like fucking Sprite. So the dream is, oh my God, here it comes.
That tastes like cola.
That it tastes like cola, but it has no coloring, no flavoring. No
Felk, I am so hard right now watching
Drum
you.
roll.
Please.
roll.
Okay, here it
Drink
comes. I'm scared.
He's holding it with his two hands.
Oh, it does taste like cola. It does not taste like Sprite.
What?
He loves it.
It tastes like Pepsi, but crisp. That's fucking great.
That's amazing. I gotta go get one.
So excited to be drinking Crystal Pepsi. See how it mixes with vodka. It mixes well with vodka. It tastes
Whoa,
like
hey.
Pepsi and vodka. Greetings, Cool Boy Nation, and welcome to another fabulous installment of the Cool Boys podcast. I'm Felk.
And I'm Ballard.
And I'm Nolan. Does fucking Felk's Crystal Pepsi just get us all jacked up?
I'm
Everyone
so
seems-
jacked.
Everyone seems fucking jacked.
I'm so jacked. I'm so fucking swole right
what it
now.
says on the thing.
Goddamn,
Can you
rip
read
your
that?
cock off.
It says
Wow, what's it say? Clear cola.
Cola, 100% jack.
Yeah.
100% jizz.
250 calories.
How many calories?
250 for the entire bottle.
I love that the calorie intake isn't very 90s too. 250 for a soda. Isn't it down to like 150 these days?
They cranked it up to get that clear.
That's actually
Yeah, 92 to 93. 92 to 93. Oh, man. Silence of the Lambs, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I remember having it on that 4th of July and being like, oh, crystal. So crystally. So clear.
I never had it. I wanted it. I was jealous, but my mom didn't believe in any of us drinking soda or having like Cocoa Puffs.
That's awful. I'm so sorry for you.
I know it was hard.
That's like hearing like,
But you know what, Ballard? It was the right thing to do.
It was. All right. Well, speaking of talking about, let's get into our last episode. Noli, what do you think about Game of Thrones? Because you were not present.
I was not present because I don't watch the show. I want nothing to do with the show.
Really?
And that's why I wasn't there.
No way. Wait, really? You don't watch the show?
No, I watch it every week. God damn it.
It's so good. I know. It's so good.
it's okay.
It is good. No, it's my favorite show on TV for sure.
It's not TV. It's HBO.
All right. So, Noli, go ahead. Give us your interpretations of Game of Thrones. So, why don't you just go ahead and just, what's like your favorite season? Do you have a favorite episode? And just kind of keep it structured, kind of like what the show topic was. So, favorite season, favorite episode, favorite character, favorite death. There you go. Those are your 4. Go.
That's a lot.
Season wise, it would probably be 1, just because that's what hooked me. And you guys talked about Ned being executed, and that was the real hooker for me too. Where it's like, oh my god, they're killing off main characters. This show's
Love
like no
hookers.
holds bar. But
That
I also,
was Steve's favorite as well.
I know. But I like 6. I like when it went off the book and it became more cinematic and the show started progressing at like what I'm used to, like at a fucking movie style, more cinematic clip. The slow. Someone said, season 4 or 5. I don't like at all. Like it was so slow and nothing happened. Like for like 3 seasons, Daenerys' character did nothing and she was so pointless.
Yeah, true. I said season 4. I liked season 4.
I'm not sure what happened. And like, you want my favorite episode? I don't know the names of them. I loved Battle of the Bastards. I thought that was like one of the best fights I've seen on screen since.
That was a great one.
That battle was like, that was movie level quality. Like it was amazing.
That might be my second favorite after Homeward Bound or whatever it was called.
Hard Home.
That's it.
I like that one too a lot. Favorite house? I guess Starks because of the heroes kind of, and they got so fucked over, like they're the underdogs now.
Yeah, but
And,
they're kind of building themselves out right now, which is kind of cool. Watching Arya and Sansa and Bran like run Winterfell.
Yeah, and favorite body.
That's an important one.
Natalie Dormer. I find her so unattractive.
She kind of got
really?
a downy face. She's got a downy face.
Yeah, she's got a
Yeah,
weird,
but that's what makes her
like,
hot.
Yep.
You can
Like a
just take
weird-
advantage of that downy.
It's a weird doll porcelain face. I'm not down with those like faces that are like of a woman that's 30 that still looks like she's like 8.
I don't think she looks 8.
I don't think so either. I think she looks like a 30-year-old with Down syndrome, but in a hot way. I watched all the Tudors just to see her naked. So she was, I mean, she doesn't last the whole show because she plays Anne Boleyn, but
Yeah. I think
Favorite death?
I think Game of Thrones has very beautiful women, but I don't know if anyone's like hot. Like they wouldn't stand out like if they're on the street.
what? Not Rose Leslie. Oh yeah, you don't think she's hot because you think she's just a homely British girl.
Who's Rose?
Egret.
Yeah, he's dropping out
You're
again.
gone.
Keep talking.
I'm gone.
No, you're back.
There you go.
I guess the most shocking death was I think you guys said Ned just being killed. That's what changed the show for me. That was what I wanted to watch the show for. Ramsay.
I like Felks.
Yeah.
Felks was Viserion.
and he
the
couldn't
dragon.
and he couldn't say the name correct.
Yeah, you call it Viserion or some shit like that.
I saw that coming though. As soon as that dragon flew into battle, I was like, "Oh, that one's gonna become a White Walker."
Yeah, I don't know why she took all 3 dragons
Yeah,
up there.
I thought he was actually gonna get 2 of them there, but
I also don't understand why she took both her 2 dragons to King's Landing at the end of the final episode, because it's like of last season. Because like, what, like, you just learned your lesson, right? You should keep one of your dragons always safe, away from fucking like being hurt.
yeah, we didn't talk about it, but the plan of catching a white and bringing it to Cersei is the dumbest plan the show's ever had. It's really bad writing.
I liked it.
No, it was
They
visually,
made it
was
work.
visually striking with like the fucking Avengers team going out in the snow. I was like, oh, my dick's hard. This is terrible
Yeah.
writing, but my dick is still fucking erect.
You're recording?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
I think so. Let me double check. Yes.
Okay.
Sync right now,
the
just for the sake of it.
Nolan, sync. 3, 2, 1, sync.
Go ahead.
I'm just not gonna move my head.
Okay, just go ahead though.
their plan was terrible though. Like they had no plan. 6 guys, 10 guys going into the snow to face the army and capture one dude. They didn't bring nets. They brought nothing. Their plan was fucking awful.
They brought a brown bag.
Hey, they brought a
Brown
sack.
bag. But teaming up those characters, some of the most badass guys, that was amazing. But I really liked the Ramsay's death was super satisfying to me because he became bigger and badder than Joffrey to me. He became a fucking huge dickhead.
Well, he was smart. Joffrey was like retarded, though.
Yeah.
Ramsay was actually intelligent and evil, so it was way more
And
imposing.
His death was satisfying. Like Littlefinger, that death should have happened 10 seasons ago. At this point, I was just like, just kill this guy already because he
That
sucks.
was way drawn out.
Yeah, way
I
drawn
love
out.
Littlefinger though. He was so smart. I loved it until the end when he like just like totally worked him.
Sansa, what do you feel? What are you doing? I love your mother, and now I love you.
If I take off that mask, will you die? It would be extremely painful
For you.
for you.
For you.
I always thought he was saying responding to the you're a big guy that Littlefinger says for you. I thought that was referring to that line, not it would be extremely painful for you.
Oh, yeah, I always thought it was painful. You're very insistent in not listening to what Christopher Nolan wants to tell us.
I always thought
From
he said,
Dunkirk, that's what I learned.
you're a big guy for you. I thought he was applying his size.
That's what I thought it was originally too. But other people are like that it would be extremely painful. That's
Painful?
yeah, for you.
Oh, really? I thought it was painful too. Because Felk also thought the mole just meant the beach in Dunkirk, and it's like, nope.
No, I got the double meaning.
Cool boy, spoiler alert. I might be seeing that tomorrow night actually, but not on IMAX.
Dude, whatever. You'll have fun. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's super fun.
The line is, "You're a big guy for you." So isn't he's talking about?
Wow, your mic is fucked up, but it works so well for your Bane impression. That was fucking crazy.
And now there's feedback on all of us.
You just did the best Bane
For
impression
you.
ever because your mic went totally fucked up.
Yeah, Cool Boy Nation, we are having technical difficulties on Nolan's feed currently.
Yeah, like I said, I like 6 because it started becoming more cinematic and progressing the story very quickly, as opposed to drawing things out. And some people have problems with the travel in 7, but I just saw it as like little mini movies, and they just cut out the bullshit, and like we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of there too, and I'm a show watcher, Nolan. You read the books or watch the show?
I've never read a book because, like you, I don't read. I don't know how.
It's an elitist thing. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I've read the books.
You have, Felk, and it was actually great to have you and Steve on that episode because you guys brought a lot of insight to stuff that I would never have been able to brought to the show. But yeah, so I think for people like you and I, Nolan, who don't really read the books, we actually don't mind this last 2 seasons and the speeding through things. And I feel like people who read the books are like really into the travel.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They used to like take a whole season to get from point A to point B, and now they're getting from point A to point B in 5 minutes, and then traveling from point B to point C and point D and back to A again in like 5 minutes. But you know what? I don't care. And Felk is showing me each chapter of the Game of Thrones.
Look how small that text is.
Yeah,
That's a lot of reading to do.
I know, and that's just book 2 you got there. Hang on, he already shows book 1, and here comes book 3 and 4 and 5.
I won't start reading those because the dude will never finish. He's just going to end you. The next book might come out, but after that, nothing else is coming.
I actually read 3 on my iPad.
He be dead, son. He gonna be dead, son.
He's already very old and overweight. He's not going to make it that much longer.
Got the diabetes.
But he was a genius.
He's still alive.
Was.
I miss him.
Was. Past tense.
I miss you, George R.R. Martin.
He's alive. He's still doing stuff.
You were too young and too supple when you passed. All right. Okay. Well, fucking Game of Thrones. Game of fucking Thrones, bitches. Guys.
You're doing it.
Nolan. What have you done recently?
Recently.
Don't you move. You stay playing it. Right? You sound good.
Recently, I played and beat Uncharted Lost Legacy.
All right,
and
quick
you beat
question.
it.
How long did it take?
Long enough. By the time I finished, I felt I had played a game for a long time.
How many hours?
My official timestamp on the credits or the statistics screen was 7 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
Okay,
fast.
so that's like what? That's like half a game, right?
I think I felt like it felt like 3/4 of a game.
Wow, nice.
That's a lot.
So,
It's
for Cool Boy
definitely-
Nation's edification, Felk, Nolan, and myself have played all 4 Uncharted games, but
I played on
Nolan is the
no.
only one to have played Lost Legacy.
I have played all 5 Uncharted games.
That's
Oh,
correct. Felk played the Game Boy version.
Yep. Golden Abyss.
wow.
I think it's
Golden
called.
Abyss.
Wait.
Is that an official game?
I don't know. Is it? I don't think it really is. It's Game Boy. That's not fair.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
not Game Boy. It's PS Vita. It's not made.
Close enough.
It's not made by Naughty Dog.
It's Lynx.
It's made by the
Atari
Siphon
Lynx.
Filter guys.
Okay, so that's the big thing there. It's not made by Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog and Uncharted are literally like Disney and Aladdin. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Aladdin.
That doesn't make sense at all.
I know, it doesn't
It's like a 1,000-year-old story.
Ballard's onto something. The Golden Abyss is like Aladdin 3: Return of Jafar. It's
Yeah,
made
it
by
is.
some like fucking low rent animators.
Disney employee that fucking was jacking off all over the fucking cells.
That has Robin Williams in it, though, so it's a real,
all
it's a real
over
movie.
the place.
I didn't know they did that.
Jafar needs
Oh, yeah.
glasses.
You jack off on the cell and then you smear it in and it gives the Disney glow. That's what that Disney glow is. That's why all those cartoons glow so good.
Yeah.
Mm. That's
Walt
good to
Disney
know.
actually was famous for jacking off all over Mickey Mouse all the time.
Yeah.
That's nice. But do you want to hear my review of Lost
And
Legacy?
supporting Nazis.
Please, please, with the limited time we have, please.
Okay, I'm just so hesitant. I feel like I'm going to cut out at any second.
Okay, so I don't think this is a real Uncharted game just because it doesn't have Nathan Drake, and that's why I'm hesitant to even care about it.
I know it's just Chloe and the Natasha.
Nadine fucking Ross. With you guys are
Whoa.
onto something because without Nathan Drake, it definitely feels like a different game.
Yeah, fuck that.
He's done.
But I'm just gonna go into my 2-sentence review.
You said
Maybe-
one
maybe
sentence.
Nathan is done.
Maybe it's 1 sentence. I would say that it is a very good game. If you like Uncharted 4, you will like this. If you want more Uncharted, you will like this. Nathan not being in it is a little weird at first, but I will say that the game's finale, the last 30 minutes, is the best Uncharted action sequence of all time. It was
They
edge of
owed
my
us.
seat. It was edge of my seat, fucking excitement. And if that last 30 minutes was in Uncharted 4, we're saying Uncharted 4 might be best video game of all time.
Oh, okay.
They owed us after Uncharted 4 completely failed to have any kind of like big set piece.
Yes. So
I
now
thought
you get,
Uncharted
like,
4 was weak.
now you get a 30 to 40 minute set piece at the end that is phenomenal.
All right, who
Phenomenal.
are you mostly, Chloe or Nadine?
I'm not going to spoil. You want to know spoils?
Oh, okay, fine. How about this? I
will say- I will
hope you're
say-
Chloe the most.
I will say the game.
You play as Ellie for a little bit, and it's really
Yeah.
weird.
The game is different in the sense that you get to levels where it is open world with a map. Like, you know, remember Madagascar in Uncharted 4?
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I was also going to ask was how
So-
open world was it?
It's pretty open world. There's a couple spots where the levels where you're driving around are probably 3 to 4 times as big as the Madagascar map. But
Right.
you're
And
in
now, if I'm not mistaken, they took inspiration from when they did the Madagascar map. They took inspiration from that to make this game. They
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to make a game that was more about sandbox, right?
the game is the greatest hits of Uncharted for sure. And so they took that section of driving around Madagascar and they blew it up and made it a whole world where you can go. There's like 8 different objectives to go to, and you can go to them in any order you want to.
Okay, now I just want to know one thing, and if this is a spoiler, then just go ahead and just don't tell me. But time period, are we dealing with a game that takes place during another Uncharted game, or is this a game that takes place after Uncharted 4, or do you not know?
Wait, you want me to answer this or you don't?
I do, unless it's a major spoiler.
It's after Uncharted 4.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
No.
Huh.
No.
But before the prologue, does that or the epilogue?
Yeah, because that's like
What?
Yeah, that's
15
like
years in
30
the
years.
future.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
it's like 15
All right.
years.
So little Nathan is like probably just born, right? Or
a girl.
probably is about to be born.
No, I would say it's almost immediately after 4.
Little
What did
Nathan.
you guys do? Did you guys? Yeah, little Nathan. Did you guys go through the bedroom like crazy? I was snooping through my parents' bedroom like crazy.
Oh, you had to. We're talking about Uncharted 4 now.
Yeah, Uncharted 4. Yeah.
So anyway, my review goes: if you like Uncharted and you liked 4 and you wanted more, you got it, because the game is
Rhymed a lot
way
there.
more action. Felk. They skipped on the puzzles and they were like, fuck it, we don't want to do puzzles. Let's just have action. Like the first 3 hours, I thought I was just playing an action game forever.
Is it like run and gun action, or is it more like sit and like shootout action? Or
running?
mix?
It's like weird because you're in an open world where it's kind of like a Far Cry game where like you have to go to an objective, but then you'll get in a skirmish with like a patrol unit.
Wow, that's very Far Cry.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I never was bored playing it. It was more Uncharted. It felt great. The story
That was the
is
only
not,
thing about Uncharted 4 I didn't like, is that it felt very Uncharted at that Madagascar map. Not Uncharted, Far Cry-esque.
Yeah, and I'm saying you have there's 2 big maps in the game where you're like that the whole time. So it's weird. It's linear but not linear. But if you like Uncharted, dude, check it out because it's a fucking great game.
I love it. I am.
Lost Legacy, and it's like $39.99. Is that what it is, or is it $49.99?
I don't recall, but I know I'm getting it as a birthday gift.
It's digital only.
Yeah, is it digital only? No, it's not. No, it's hard copy. Amazon.
No,
sells it.
it's both. It's both.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like Liberty City Stories, it's digital only, but I have it as a hard copy.
I would give it a 4 to 4.5 Cool Boys out of 5 Cool Boys.
Wow. Now, do you sit any Uncharted games under 4 or at 4?
No, I wouldn't rate it with the other ones because it definitely doesn't feel like a full game. It feels like a 3/4 game.
Yeah.
But
So those are fun.
like I said, they threw the kitchen sink at me in the last half hour, and my dick was engorged. I loved it.
Would you guys just speaking on DLC and women-based content and Naughty Dog? What'd you guys think of the DLC for Last of Us?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I'd never revisited it.
I played it once more just because I wanted all the trophies, but it's okay at best because all the stuff that's just story with Ellie and her black lesbian friend were just boring. I thought it was just.
I didn't feel like it was a game.
No.
It was like a bunch of like little small sections of like mini games.
Yeah, that was all the flashback happy stuff.
And-
There was like the when it switches time periods to the what you call modern day in the middle of the game, then that stuff where you actually comment was somewhat interesting. But Ellie's always
That's the stuff I liked, of course. Yes.
Yeah. Ellie's not as fun to play as.
I didn't mind her when I was zipping in and out of like mall like shops and shooting people and stabbing people. But when I was just walking around a carousel reading jokes, I was kind of like, come on, this is a little lame. But she ended up sprinting from zombies. I mean, you do have to sprint from the infected.
And how much was that game?
20,
that was
I
like
think.
20 something or something like
Yeah,
that.
I
25?
remember my timestamp on that game was like an hour and 47 minutes. So it was like so short.
I think I was like 2 something, but yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a movie. You played like an actual
Yeah.
Last of Us movie.
And another thing about Lost Legacy is
Movies cost
Nathan
$20.
Drake was overall a good person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chloe's a rogue. She's a fucking thief. So like I didn't mind just mowing people down with her, and she had like good like little like sayings and wisecracks, and she was fun to play as, but like not she wasn't Nathan Drake level. Let's be honest. She
How
wasn't
much
a
of her
dude.
ass does it show?
Yeah, I was about to say how that ass.
I want to say they toned it down too. I was kind of disappointed that they toned her ass down.
Not
They
okay
did,
with that.
because you're following it the whole time.
Uncharted
But,
3 was a shift where it stopped being like a boy's adventure, a guy's game. Look at Chloe's ass, to being like a little social justice-y, a little more for everybody. And there was no good Chloe ass shots. And when I saw this one, I'm like, either they're going to fucking early Tomb Raider it and have that ass front and center and make it look great, or they're going to tone it the fuck down and have it be modern Tomb Raider. Where like, you're not supposed to be sexually attracted to her. Well, fuck that is what I say.
They toned it down.
Yeah.
How about
no
Nadine? Nadine
buy
was hot.
from me. Honestly. I don't really have any interest in playing it.
Well, he
That's
just said it's a
crazy.
30-minute action sequence that's hella fun to play. I mean, come on. Why do you not want to play for that reason alone? I want to play for that reason.
What it took is it takes the best elements of 2, takes the best elements of 4, it injects a little bit of fucking steroids, you take a little bit of LSD, you take some cocaine, and that's what you got.
See, that's what I call 3.
Voting
Because
with
3
my
did have
dollars.
LSD in it, didn't it?
3,
Yeah,
3 actually like had all that you just said plus 2 and 4.
No.
I think 3 is their best game, but I know you
that's
guys
crazy.
like 2 the
Two's the
most.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I know you guys like 2.
But since Lost Legacy is a shorter game, it focuses more on the gameplay and action. The storyline is definitely meh. Like
I
there
like
was nothing.
Golden Abyss more than I liked Uncharted 4.
That's crazy.
How would you know?
But like I said, 4 out of 5 cool boys, maybe 4, but it's definitely worth playing if you like Uncharted. It's a no-brainer.
You got me, Noli. I'm going to go play it for sure.
Do it.
And then Felk doesn't care.
Hi, guys. What do you want me to
Hi,
do?
Felk.
Oh, well, one of my updates was I bought Crystal Pepsi and I tried it out. that turned out really well and it was really delicious and I'm still drinking it. Oh, other updates, I don't even know like where to begin. I have so many. So I'm gonna let you guys just kind of pick what you want to hear about. Watched Death Note on Netflix, really liked it. Fucked another stripper. That was really enjoyable.
I wanna hear that.
I ate a sandwich from Witch and got food poisoning and shat. Basically, my ass was leaking diarrhea for 2 days.
I kind of want to know that in conjunction with the stripper.
They're unrelated. They are unrelated. Separated.
Did you have food poisoning before or after the stripper? That's all I want to know.
I had a few other updates, but now you're throwing me off.
That's unfortunate because Witch is pretty good.
I played Job Simulator on Oculus Rift. We have an incoming VR Let's Play for that. Very fun and entertaining VR experience. What do you want to know about?
Let's talk
Stripper.
about that stripper sex first.
Oh, that you picked the least interesting one because I can't give too many details. Can't even tell you what club. This has happened to me before. Just you go to a strip club, one girl just finds that voice so infatuating, finds that face so commanding, that jawline. You have to have these things to get it, and she gives you your number, and then you call her the next day, and you get a drink, and you fuck. I mean, what more really is there to say? Unfortunately.
Is this
There's
a
a
valley
lot to
stripper
say.
or from a greater inland empire stripper, or is this like an LA Basin stripper?
I think it's actually in the dirtiest part of Los Angeles, Glendale.
Was ass play involved?
Oh yeah, was ass play involved?
Yes.
What? Wait,
Were Remy's involved?
No.
Is it just anal sex?
No fingers.
Oh, fingers.
Yeah.
doggy style fingers
did you
or
wash your hand?
cowgirl fingers?
Do you wash your hands immediately after doing this, or do you just go to bed? Like, cause you're like, oh, sex bed. I gotta go to sleep right now.
If it's all consensual and clearly going right, you put your fingers in her mouth. If she wants it.
These
I don't know if I
girls
should actually
want
tell this story. I was gonna.
You gave us the option.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Yeah, you're already telling us this.
You shouldn't have given us the option. Of course, we're picking.
That's all you
stripper
get.
Sex.
It's not the first time I've done that. Have either of you ever fucked a stripper?
No, Phil. Quick question: did you have food poisoning before? Or
No
after
one
you fucked a
stays
stripper?
silent.
Wait, I didn't answer that.
No, you didn't. I don't think you're going to.
Felk, answer me this question.
No.
Did you get your witch food poisoning before or after you saw the stripper?
Sunday, so get after and
I was
Yeah.
really hoping after all that anal stuff that you said you had your food poisoning the day before.
no, they were unrelated. But yeah, meatball sub from Witch fucked me up.
Oh, did you get cheese on that?
Yeah,
It was the cheese for sure.
it was meatballs, marinara, cheese. One of those things
Semen-
was bad.
semen,
Tasted
for
fine, but 4 hours later, I was hurt. It was unfortunate. And yeah, it was just one of those things where like you're constantly feel like you have to fart, and every fart, it's like my ass feels wet now. Oh no.
So you didn't puke?
I didn't. No, I puked. I puked that night.
Okay, good. Because when I've had food poisoning and I've been shitting, then felt the sudden urge to puke, and then like had to like get off the pot with an unwiped ass and then puke on my shit.
I've literally done that, but then shat as well.
That's a sex thing. It's
Oh.
called gift wrapping. Remember Ballard?
I do.
Remember?
That's not what gift wrapping was.
No,
gift
something
wrapping
else.
wasn't. Yeah, it was something else.
I thought it was a rose garden.
Shitting and throwing up at the
It
same
was
time
I won't give you a rose garden.
Well, if you could manage to come too, that's the trifecta.
I haven't done that. I haven't done the trifecta yet. I know about the trifecta, yeah. But no, not yet.
It's coming.
I
right?
have
That's
shat
the third thing?
and puked at the same time, though. That definitely happened for me.
You haven't lived.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All right.
my
Well,
update.
Well, I guess my update is I just started watching season 2 of Documentary Now finally, and I caught season 1 when it came out, and
The
it
difference
was
between
amazing.
my update and your update.
I know. And Documentary Now, I just gotta say, Cool Boy Nation, it's on Netflix. Instant watch. Watch it. If you at all like documentaries, or you studied documentaries in college, like myself, then I would say this is absolutely for you. And I am speaking obviously to 7% of I'm sure Cool Boy Nation right now, but Documentary Now, super funny.
Yeah, you know what? You recommended that to me a long time ago, and I started season 1, and I just couldn't get into it.
Same.
And I like those guys, but like it just wasn't doing it for me. This Andy Samberg version is much more engaging for me.
Oh,
I guess,
yes,
stylistically.
for
Very
sure.
much.
Oh, well, Andy
I don't
Samberg's
like
Tour de
Portlandia,
Pharmacy and Pop Star Never Stopping, and what's the other? 7 Days in Hell. Yeah, that's really incredible stuff. I love that. That stuff reminds me of This Is Spinal Tap.
Yeah,
and I love This Is
Documentary
Spinal
Now.
Tap.
I feel like those guys are just a little too cocky and arrogant.
I
Little
think
too
what you're
artsy.
looking for is pretentious.
Pretentious. That's a good way to put it. Yes.
But I like both of them outside of that show.
Yeah, I think Documentaries Now is great if you're pretentious, like myself.
Yeah.
So cool.
Well, at least it has more people have probably watched that than I don't know, the Red Turtle
That's probably
or
very
Boca
true.
or whatever those things were. Can't even remember the name of those damn things.
Guys, before we get into this episode's show topic, would you rather fuck your CD drive while the super babe of your dreams licks your balls until completion all over a hipster dude's face, which will take no longer than 5 hours, or get a magic mouse shoved up your ass while a homeless man, or as Felk likes to call, a home-no, shits champagne wishes and caviar dreams onto your dick while you eat a mega hottie's pussy until she squirts into your throat, which should take about 2.5 hours.
I like the first one way more.
yeah, I don't understand this.
I don't
Well-
understand these either. They're always too complicated. Get a magic mouse.
I think mine's
Guys.
pretty straightforward.
Fuck your CD drive
Yes.
while the super babe of your dreams licks your balls until completion all over a hipster dude's face. Okay? 5 hours.
The first one. The second one doesn't even have a girl.
Or get a Bluetooth mouse shoved up in your ass while a homeless man shits champagne and caviar onto your dick while you eat a mega hottie's pussy and she's squirting into your mouth, which should take no more than 2.5 hours.
The first one, the CD drive
the
one.
first one. Yeah.
The CD drive could cut your dick off, though. What if it closes?
But she's licking my balls.
I've closed CD drives on my finger before. They don't hurt.
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
my dick will fit in a CD drive. So I
But
think
this is a
No,
mouse
you mean
being
the
shoved
tray
up your
comes out and you
ass
fuck the hole.
by a homeless man
Oh, you
while
fucked the
you're
hole.
eating a pussy and champagne and caviar is magically shat onto your cock. That's
It's
an
pre-
experience. You are missing out if you don't do that.
It's
I
pretty
don't know what
fantastical.
shit's champagne wishes and caviar dreams means. That's just gibberish to me. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you, literally out of this homeless man or home-no. As
This
some
is
people
literal.
call
Okay.
him,
Okay.
he's shitting out his butthole, champagne
and caviar.
and caviar, all edible.
The wishes and
immediately, by
dreams
the way.
part threw me off.
Well, that's from whatever, that's Robin Leach or whatever, right?
Sure.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous and shit.
So
Yeah.
let's just all assume it's the first option.
Let's do the other one.
So
Okay.
let me
All
move
right.
on. First option, okay, Ballard?
CD.
Okay.
Fuck the CD.
So moving on to something a little bit more show topical, cool boys. Would you rather
Well, it said CDs
have
in
have sex with the internet bod of your dreams, but every time you come, a mysterious cock is jammed up your asshole vigorously for just 15 seconds,
it. It's mine.
or or fuck a homo's butthole and have them shit 10 grand on your dick every time you make them come.
Okay, so I need one little bit of clarification. Are both of these in perpetuity? So like I say yes to either one, and it's true for life. Like I always have the option as much as I want.
It's life. It's life.
Okay, so the second one basically solves any financial problems. You have almost unlimited money. Whereas the first one, you can, but you have to fuck a gay guy every time you get the
No.
No. You fuck the girl of your dreams.
There's a major problem. There's a fundamental issue with this. Would you rather? The second option has no time stamp for me. I don't know how long that's supposed to take.
It's every time you make them come.
How long is it going to take? 5 hours? 2.5 hours?
Depends on the one you get.
2 days? See, that's too varied. I need an answer.
Well, this is a problem all gay people have when they pick a butt to fuck. They don't know how long they'll have to fuck the butt until the butt is happy. You just go with it.
I don't live the same lifestyle as all
happy
gay
butt.
people do, though.
I like the idea of a happy butt.
I do too. So as I understand it, again, the first one you can have sex with which is it one internet bod? You only get one. But you can fuck her as much as you want, but every time you do,
You have
you'll
to
have
pick this bod, and that's it.
Yeah, it's the girl of your dreams essentially. But every time you
But
come,
what if the girl of my dreams changes?
It's only one. You get to select one. It sounds like.
Yeah, you get to pick one girl.
If it was like if I could change it up, then I'd definitely pick that one. But if it's only one, I think I'd just rather be rich.
You know what? I'm going to fuck a homo because you know what that homo's butthole is? It's a girl homo butthole. And I'll fuck that girl homo butthole and I will get 10 grand on my dick every time.
What do you mean? You pick a lesbian?
Yeah, that's right. I'll pick a fucking lesbian.
That might be rape. I think
Look,
it's best if that's.
Yeah,
No,
it
she's-
wasn't
she's
clear.
cool.
I guess Bella's
She's
right. It
shitting
wasn't
10
clear.
grand. She's happy about it. She's fucking letting me fuck her.
No,
She's
you
got
get
10
the-
grand
you get
stuffed
the
in her
10 grand.
asshole on a daily basis, Felk. Can you imagine walking around with 10 grand in your asshole? She is happy. I am fucking her asshole and letting all this 10 grand come out.
I think it's a man.
No, it's not a man.
It's because for you it's a homo, so it's a man.
Sorry.
It's
a
a
man.
homo.
It's a man.
That could be man or woman.
No, for you it's a homo, so it's a man.
Yeah,
You're a man.
homosexual can mean man or woman. Homo usually means man. There's a word with a D that usually means women who are homosexual. Or an L.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think homo is a
Well,
slight
Ballard,
to
it's a
all
man.
homosexuals.
It's a man. So you're fucking a man's asshole. I'll
See,
clarify it for you.
this would you rather is all over the place. It's not as clear as fuck your CD drive while
There,
the baby
it's
of your
fixed.
dreams licks your balls until completion all over a hipster dude's face.
It's fixed.
A male homo's butthole.
There
He
you
fixed
go.
it. The thing is, my thing is, you fuck the dude's asshole, and every time you get 10 grand, after that, I'm fucking
Why
whoever's
is there so
fucking
much
hot
ass
puss I want
fucking
to.
in your would you rather's? A mysterious cock has to be jammed in my ass.
no
or I
one's
have to fuck
gay. We
someone
know
else's
this
ass.
already.
Why do I have to have my
I love
asshole?
I love this idea that you just come and you're all happy, but all of a sudden this mysterious cock just comes in and fucking vigorously jams it in your asshole for 15 seconds and then leaves and you don't know who it is. It's just 15 seconds.
Why do you love that?
It's not eternity. It's just 15
It'd be hilarious
seconds.
if I just like came up behind you after I put gay porn on your computer, then hump your shoulder for like 15 minutes because that happened. I think that might
was
have been
me.
Ballard actually.
It's never me. I never humped you.
No, Ballard did.
And if I humped you, I didn't hump you when gay porn was going on. I would have humped you with gay porn going on. I would have humped you just for humping's sake.
But just look, 10 grand. Anytime you're like, oh, I need to buy a new car, just 5 times that day, you're just like, bang, bang, bang. So you just bang that ass 5 times a day because you're good at it now. You can make them come, and you got 50 grand. You're like, let's go out and let's buy that nice whatever.
This sounds like I have to marry this gay guy essentially to get this 10 grand all the time.
People don't act, Nolan, do you think gay people come just from having their butts fucked? It's usually butt fucking while you're giving like a reach around. The dick has to be.
It's the prostate. The prostate's all getting pleasured, right?
You are
Isn't that what
not
happens?
making someone ejaculate from a prostate with your cock. That's not how prostate massages work.
You're thinking
You have
too much
obviously
into this.
never had a prostate massage.
Well, obviously, I've never had a prostate massage.
Me either.
Just try it.
I don't know how to answer your would you rather, but I can answer mine. I'm gonna fuck the CD drive.
I'm gonna
think
fuck them.
we all
I'm gonna
agreed
go
on
with the
that.
10 grand in perpetuity.
So I finally got Felk to agree that he'd fuck a male butthole.
Is that all this was for?
Yeah, that's all it's always for.
Because the next step is hypothetically fucking your butthole, and then the step after that is actually doing it. And like, well, I mean, I can be there in like 15
He's
minutes.
on to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I've been on
yeah,
you
yeah.
since day one. We were like, would you rather suck a cock or eat a dick?
We're all fucking a CD drive, and we're all fucking a homo's bud, so we can get 10 grand every time he comes.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. I mean, come on, like it's money involved at that point, and that's pretty sweet.
And what does this have to do with the internet?
Oh, everything
And nothing. Cool Boy Nation, if there was a would you rather you would like us to discuss on a future podcast, please email us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. Well, cool boys, I don't think you can get more topical of a would you rather than that. Yeah. Time to move on to our Cool Boy Show topic.
Report preliminary findings.
Not worried about her. We gotta keep him gagged.
Cool Boy Nation, pop your cocks and drop your tops.
It might be interesting and important for you to know.
It's time for our Cool Boy Show topic.
Hey, I like that.
Spoilers.
No sweat.
So cool.
They deliver in other ways, but they want to deliver vast amounts of information over the internet. And again, the internet is not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes.
A series of tubes, of course, is in reference to Alaskan Senator Ted Stevens' stupid-ass comment that the internet is a series of tubes. And clearly he understood the internet through and through to make such a wonderful comment like the internet is a series of tubes.
Cyber Boys, Triple X Internet Origin Story. This is the history of the internet portion. The late 60s? Government-sponsored program called ARPANET. ARPANET stands for Advanced Research Project Agency Network. So that was ARPANET, and it was sponsored by the government, basically beginning with just a test done between two universities that it was sponsoring research at. I think Stanford and UCLA. They tried to transfer to
Your alma mater, Ballard.
I didn't go to either of those.
No, I grew up at Stanford pretty much, though.
Yeah. Stanford was definitely one of them, and I forget what the other one was. But they tried to transfer like one word, and they got only two letters, but it was still considered a successful test using phone lines. So that was expanded to use it for information for naval strategy sharing during the Cold War. Back and forth between ports that can then communicate to the ships, so it could be real world with all our locations, East Coast, West Coast, everything synced. And that's what it was used for until people started being allowed to use it for very strict purposes, and you had to get the government's approval. Then in 1981, protocols were established for which now is known as the TCP/IP protocol, which allowed pretty much any two computers connected to a provider to communicate with each other. And so with that,
What year? 81, you said?
81, yeah. And then with that, the early message boards, BBS, started happening, and that was basically early email as well as 81. And who invented email is like a legally hot, like contested thing for even today. The two people keep suing each other.
The Indian guy.
The Indian guy is the liar. He did not. I do not believe he's the one who did it.
There's actually an Indian guy.
It's an Indian guy and a white guy. I can't remember their names. The white guy is the one who really invented it, according to the courts. Not that race matters. I just don't remember either of their names.
Sucks for him though, man, because he should be a fucking quazillionaire and he's getting nothing.
Nope. It's all that's the problem with the internet. It's half the biggest inventions are basically free. So yeah, early BBS stuff in 81 to 83 that grew up. That meant that ARPANET became kind of a subset within a larger internet. And then legislation was proposed in the 90s by numerous senators. Al Gore was one of the people who was on the committee and did vote for it, which is where his "I invented the internet" comment came from. That passed in 91. And with that, TCP IP protocol became, it used to just be like for like various, like 17 cities had it, because it started with ports and then cities and stuff. You'd have to do like long distance dialing to order to get to those places. So this became established so that anyone could use it. It became that led the groundwork for the first hypertext transfer protocols, which allowed the World Wide Web to grow about. And that was in 91. So early like websites, the World Wide Web started in 91. But most people used closed walled gardens like AOL and CompuServe, we'll get to AOL later, to access the internet initially. And it wasn't until 93 that the first super successful commercial browser for regular consumers was available, which was Netscape. And Netscape became like 95% of traffic. World Wide Web started to grow, and people started actually, modems were common. People started using third-party providers like Earthlink, and the internet became what it is now when people started getting to broadband always-on connections in the late 90s to 2005. The internet.
So cool.
So cool.
So yeah, well, I mean, I guess I'll start because like the first internet I used was AOL. AOL in 1993 started sending out discs and then CDs everywhere. They were in every magazine. They were in every mailbox, and that was their way of distributing, because you couldn't download the software to use AOL unless you had AOL already installed. So
exactly. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, that's what we did too in my family. We had AOL.
Yeah, Motorola modem started all the way back with I think a 14K was my firsties. Got that all the way up to a 56K, and that's bits, not bytes, which always confused everybody.
Yep, bits. Yep.
Because they would get a 56K modem and then they download it 6Ks. That's not. I bought way more Ks than that. I don't understand. Well, we were using an 8-bit communications stream, so 56K modem ends up giving you like 6 kilobytes.
I can't remember, but I remember we kind of like were lucky enough. I had an uncle that was very, very technologically sound, and still is to this day, and even ends up working with a major computer company manufacturer. But no, definitely not Zune. But anyway, so we were kind of lucky enough to have Apple computers early on, and modems and shit. I don't know if we had a 14 though. I know we definitely had a 56, but I don't know if we ever were lucky enough to be like that early on and have a 14.
It was 14.4, then 28, then 56. We had the full, like, I got the shitty modem after the good one. But yeah,
I remember getting the 56, but I remember getting something really large and white beforehand, and I feel like that may have been maybe a 28, but I don't think we ever had a 14 though. I don't think we were that early on.
Man, yeah, just loading a web page in 15 to 30 seconds of just text and very low res images. Nobody has any fucking clue, you goddamn young millennials. And I think the internet on my phone's not fast enough. I'm only 3 levels underground in a bridge.
I know, it's kind of crazy because my first iPhone was the iPhone 3GS, and that was equal in power to my first computer, which was my first my first own computer, my own first Ballard computer that was not my family's at all, which was the original iMac. And I can't believe that my first iPhone was just as powerful as my first iMac. It's crazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, they were the exact same strength and power.
Yeah.
RAM, everything, all of it, even in hard drive space. It's crazy.
So did you start with AOL, or did you just go straight to a provider and get on the World Wide Web?
I was AOL, and eventually we went to Netscape.
Well, Netscape is a web browser.
So at that point, I think we ended up having to. We were no longer through AOL, if I recall.
Yeah,
I forget how we were, because I was not paying attention to my mom's bill.
Nolan, were you AOL or were you one of those CompuServe fags? That's right, CompuServe users.
CompuServe, I don't remember them. No, I was AOL, and I'm trying to think right now like what I was during high school, because like AOL had to have been like on the way out by high school, but like I don't remember anything else.
No, it was something else. What was it? I don't know what it was.
What do you mean?
I just remember having my phone line tied into it. It was like MCI or AT&T maybe had something set up.
Oh yeah. There was Earthlink was really popular. AT&T had their own provider. Like, at that point, it was just ISPs.
Those. We went sometime around like my sophomore year of high school or junior year. We went to a cable modem because I was able to play like Counter-Strike.
Oh my God, you had cable back then? Wow.
I did. Like my junior year of high school, I think I had cable. But then when I went to college, we had a T1 line.
Yeah, me too.
It wasn't cable. Maybe it was DSL is what I had in.
You could have
in
had
high
cable
school.
back then, I think, but DSL was probably a bit more likely.
More
there was
likely
cable.
DSL.
I think we had DSL, but I can't remember who our service provider was. But we had AOL, and my thing in the beginning was I would just. Are we talking about this later? Chat rooms.
Oh yeah,
Kind of, yeah. But you can touch upon it now, and we get into it more later.
My first entrance into the internet space was just getting into chat rooms and just starting shit. As like a 13-year-old, I would just I'd pick one guy and just pick him out, and just his name was stupid or something, and I'd be like, "You fuck, let's go."
Oh wow. Okay. So for me, I mainly spent my time on a 56K modem looking at porn.
It was tough.
Like,
yeah, that was the
and
best.
and porn was crazy because it wasn't video; it was a photo of like a nude Cindy Crawford. Really, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, and then it was like
6 colors.
Yeah, and you downloaded it, and it was like, wow, it's a JPEG.
Hell yeah! How do I save this? Where does it go?
So I was hanging out with one of my friends way back in middle school, and he was like, "Dad, I really like this image from Johnny Mnemonic. Can I somehow figure out how to save this image to the desktop or whatever, or to the hard drive or whatever we called it then? And the C drive." And then it was like, he was like, "Yeah, let me show you." He showed us how to like save the Johnny Mnemonic photo. And we ended up just being like, great. And then we knew immediately then, we're like, all right, that's how we save the Claudia Schiffer photo. That's how we save the Erica Leniak photo. That's how we save, start going through like Cindy Crawford's, all that shit. All those like random like playmates and things that you wanted to ever see naked.
Yeah, that's what. Speaking of saving photos, I was just saving photos off the internet when they would finally load 30 minutes later. I didn't know they were going right to my documents section on Windows, or what was it? Downloads. It was something very easily to see right off the start menu, and I had like 30 pictures of tits in there.
PC guy.
Yeah, and my mom approached me one day and she's like, "Nolan, I just want you to know that not all girls look like that, and you shouldn't be looking at that kind of stuff because it's it's fiction."
It's fiction.
No, it's not. Those are real women.
No, I know. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she was just
And by girls, you mean men?
Definitely men. There's lots of men. No, actually, no. These women were like the first time I'd always seen Playboy. I'd never seen like full on just huge tits with a fucking just spread eagle of a clitoris hanging out.
Yeah.
So she saw that stuff and she was like, "This isn't the real world. This is all phony." She's like, Just stop doing what you're doing. And that was the only time, like, I think we talked about jerking off. That's the only time I've ever been caught looking
Girls with
at,
big tits spread on
Wait,
the internet is one of the realest things in the world. Phony?
Noli,
Nah.
Felk, real quick question. Both of you.
Exist.
Your first nude chick was on the internet, Noli?
What do you mean?
No,
nude chick?
no. The first time I saw a nude chick would have been Playboy.
Was on the internet?
The first, no, I saw Playboy.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm saying,
okay.
but I had never seen like a girl just like spreading open her vagina, like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You never saw that before the internet?
I saw that for the internet. Penthouse.
Me too.
I saw porn one time, and I saw Penthouse before the internet.
Hustler. I saw Hustler, and I remember being like, "Holy shit! That's the inside of a vagina."
I thought a vagina was always just like a crack with some hair, and then I saw like this open gash of like all this folds. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh, dude, I saw this
then,
beautiful fucking flower, and I was just like, I want to fucking get in that. I want to fucking
get in there. I was like disturbed. I was like, "That's
oh,
what
I
it looks
loved
like.
it.
I don't want to touch that thing."
Yeah, that doesn't add to my Nolan is gay theory at all.
That's why I said that. I saw the male butthole with crisp little dots of hair around it. I said, "I want to stick my finger right in that."
A bad vagina, a hustler vagina, can look like the fucking predator's mouth. Let's face facts.
Oh my god,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I saw.
This was
I didn't
a gorgeous,
near that.
beautiful
I was disturbed.
woman.
I thought it was
one
gross.
ugly mother.
I think I called my friends over and said, "Come over, look what I got.
Get down.
Get down."
You guys are so much better at Arnold than me.
I also remember like sometimes I get suckered into like, "Oh, see, Jenna Jameson jerked this guy off," and like you'd like, "Oh, you need a Real Player." And I'd fucking like download that and then play like this 5-second clip from Real Player. It'd be terrible.
Real
quality,
Player.
like, just huge pixelated like image of some girl. Kids today, they got it so easy.
150 by 150 pixels. It was the fucking
Real
hilarious shit in
Player.
the world. Made VHS look good.
I see. For me, Real Player meant I had a virus back then. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm using a Real Player to watch a porn, I'm also watching viruses like being played on my computer because it was all about dot moves back then.
Nah,
in quick
man.
time.
Britney Spears sex tape.virus.flv. That's a safe file to open.
.flv back then, yeah.
What was that? What are you drinking?
So I
that was the end of my bottle.
Oh.
This is all that's left.
This is the end of my bottle. So anyways, so yeah, that's fucking. I mean, yeah, I mainly did porn. I also did a lot of IMDb even way back in the day. Before
IMDb was the shit. Oh my god,
Yeah.
just like going like, oh, that person was in that movie. Wowsies! But I want to establish real fast though, because the AOL was like the biggest fucking rise and fall. Like everyone had AOL for like over 2 years, and then everyone just started dropping it. And AOL kind of sucked because it was, like I said, walled garden. Had its own email structure, its own selection of news, its own specialized chat rooms, which we will get into later. But it didn't let you access like a real internet, so there was no nudity on AOL. You could find like I scoured AOL, and there was like drawings of like one like hot fairy with her tits out, like pinup art, but no actual tits.
Right, it was bullshit. Now I'm trying to remember what I used to actually see those tits.
That's what I'm telling you.
1994.
I started with AOL, but then my family moved on to some other server provider. I think it was either MCI or AT&T, and we've been usually an AT&T family, so I think it might have been AT&T.
So what happened in
Netscape,
1994? AOL, to compete with the fact that people were using Netscape and just getting internet service to access the World Wide Web, introduced their own World Wide Web browser built into AOL. So you would log into AOL, and then AOL would access the internet through that. And that's how I got on the actual web for a long time, until eventually no one was using AOL anymore. We just got Earthlink, and then bam, real internet, because it was faster. It was always faster than having AOL as a distributor. But AOL is so huge. Remember AOL Time Warner? The fucking AOL logo at the beginning of every single Warner Brothers movie? That's how big they were. And then they didn't drop that till 2002.
That's crazy.
Because AOL,
I got fucked by AOL one time, like really hardcore in college.
How so?
I was using AOL service in college, and it was tied into my phone line. And I was going to college in Santa Cruz, and so it's an 831 zip area code. But 831 is very large. It's not just Santa Cruz; it's all the way through Monterey into Carmel. So, anyways, I had my AOL set up to find the best, fastest, most accessible number on the area code 831. And what it ended up doing was grabbing shit from like Monterey, Carmel, or whatever. And so I would get technically long distance phone calls for 4 hours or 8 hours of interneting. So it's a long distance phone call bill of 8 hours, right? That ended up being like an $800+ phone bill. So I reached out to AOL and complained to them about how this was bullshit, that they fucked me, that their service fucked me based on the area code, and that they were grabbing long distance phone numbers, even though it was all still technically 831. This is all back in like, early aughts. And I ended up getting free AOL for life because of it. And then eventually AOL gave everybody got
prize.
free AOL because of it in the end. I know. What a prize. But that was back when you still paid for AOL. So at that point, AOL, or I don't know if you paid for AOL, but what I ended up, or maybe you did, but I think what they did is they also covered my phone bill. So they paid for that full $800 phone bill.
Yeah, and AOL back then was like $39.99 a month.
Nope. It was cheaper than that. It was $15.99. It was actually.
Was it $15.99?
You guys want to hear something fucking horrible? I know
started-
an editor who still pays for AOL.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I've told him this multiple times. You're an idiot. Stop paying for AOL. You don't have to. It's free. And he still pays monthly bills to AOL because his wife's email account is still using AOL, and they are just tied into it. AOL exists because they are paying them on a monthly basis.
It exists because of people like that and those people.
Yeah.
It would still be functional as a website, I guess. AOL died slowly because it stuck around when it invented AIM. And it wasn't until Apple did it wasn't until GChat and Chat for Apple that they finally just killed
GChat
them. We were still using AIM in 2011.
Definitely.
Like the three of us, we were still using that as our main way to communicate. It wasn't until
AIM was AOL. All they had was AIM forever. AOL Instant Messenger, by the way, was what it was. AOL Instant Messenger,
and it was functional and it was good.
It was the only thing they had.
But I mean, now like
GChat and text messaging kind of killed all of that. So
yeah, completely. Well,
Yeah,
iMessage,
absolutely.
which then became just chat.
Well, yeah, I mean, because AOL would never allowed us to call an iMessage thread cool boys leading to a podcast like this.
You could call a group. You could name a group, but you'd
you
only
name the
access
group?
on what?
You
You can
could
name
name a
groups,
group
but
on
you couldn't
AIM?
access them on your phone.
That's true. Well, you could using the AIM app.
Yeah,
But
fuck that.
I think the group was unaware that they were in a group. Like you could group of people like, oh,
Yeah,
these
that's
are like
correct.
my
That's
fraternity
correct.
bros, or these are like my these are my
Okay.
gay friends that I fuck on Saturday nights. You know, folks. you know, those kind of groups.
GFTSS.
So did you guys ever since we were obviously all so deep into this early on in the 90s, we all had phone lines, okay? So I got lucky enough that I think it took me like a month or two of me using the main house line for the internet that my mom just went, fuck you guys, here's your own phone line. You can treat it as your own phone line and use it for phone calls for friends, or you can use it for the internet. And so we just use it mainly for the internet, but sometimes we had friends call in. So mainly it was a battle between my little brother's friends calling in or my friends calling in, while either my little brother's using the internet or I was using the internet. So it was mainly kept to us. I didn't really interrupt my mom ever. Did you guys have a multiple phone lines, or did you guys get stuck on one phone line for internet?
One phone line. Sadly, I was down to one phone line for the family, and you could either use the internet or you could get and receive phone calls, and it was a big deal because that lasted until I left for college, and then I got. First time I had always on T3 internet, and that was like such a fucking game changer. And real fast,
It was.
I also my family still had Earthlink, so I would still use the Earthlink account from my college dorm room, because even though we had super fast internet, it was super walled off, and it didn't work. LimeWire, Napster, those things were shut off.
Oh,
so
my college
still
did
use
not
college.
stop that.
Yeah,
My
they
college
was
allowed
on.
full LimeWire and Napster. And the one thing that they fucked up with is they created a community space for people to share LimeWire and
Mine
Napster,
did
and
too.
people did
Mine
that,
did too.
and people shared movies and fucking music all over the college.
Oh yeah.
I guess I went to a better college than you guys.
Rob Dog, if you're out there and you're listening to this.
Did you know Rob Dog, or was he just like was just a server?
It was like the computer that I would get to Rob Dog's computer, and I'd see he had a bunch of porn.
See,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't me
I was still
who, but
dial-up.
it was somebody that was literally in my dorm hall, and
Yeah,
my
me
dorm hall
too.
was very
That's what I'm talking
small. Oh,
what I'm
really?
talking
I know who the guy was for me. Like I'm still best friends with him. In fact, he may have been on the podcast last.
Oh,
But
who was it?
I
That's
don't
a
know who I'm
mystery that
talking
you
about.
can't solve.
A mystery you cannot solve, but he may have been our special guest last week. But yeah, I was able to get like access because of him, and he was providing some wonderful stuff to people across the board in the school. Steve.
Salutations, Steve. Salu-fucking-tations.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for the beer, Steve. I finished it, polished it. Raspberry tart wheat ale with raspberries. You gotta love a beer that says raspberry twice in the title.
Yeah. Hey, Ballard, you're kind of like delayed for me right now. Am I delayed?
Nope, you're solid, big guy. And by the way, I am moving on to Hell or High Watermelon. So Noli, phone line, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I remember the days when like I'd have to get off the phone because my mom kicked me off. But around junior year, that's when I think I said I got my own phone line, and it was mine. And
You share
was
that
the internet
with your
line,
brother?
So my brother, he was too little. He didn't give a fuck.
Oh, really? You just had it by yourself? Oh, you fucking lucky
Yeah,
devil.
That's what I'm saying. I was the junior, senior year. I was just playing like internet games left and right.
Holy moly, I had to deal with so much shit with my little brother and I battling over the phone line. It was
I
a
don't think my
lot
little
of fun.
brother knew what the internet was. at
Oh,
that
my
age.
little brother was fucking taking apart AM, FM radios and putting them back together. He was Steven, I love you, but you're retarded.
I was playing Marathon over AOL. That was really slow and barely functional, and it was just giving your information. The first really online over the internet game I really ever played, Myth 2. So bad.
I hated that
That's
game.
a great
I never,
fucking game.
No,
Great game. That's
no,
a great
it's
game.
not. It's not.
It's one of the best
I'm
games
sorry.
ever made.
It's the
I think it's-
worst game I've ever played.
I think
Bungie.
it's a top 50 game for sure.
Oh, you don't actually feel
Worst
that.
game
We played that fucking
ever.
all the time in what fucking 2008,
Oh,
2009
yeah, but you played this game. I introduced it to you, right?
to me.
hate that game?
Stupid.
No, I introduced it to Ballard.
Move
Yeah, no,
on.
I played it back
Not
in like
funny.
99,
Not
2000.
funny. Move on.
Fuck off. I know what you're doing, but seriously, did you actually hate Myth? Myth 2? Myth
Yeah,
2
I
is the
never.
one-
I know. I don't like Myth.
Are you kidding me? Great game.
Nah.
Oh, great strategy. And a game that could be played functionally over a phone line.
I just want to say I played that game like 15 years after it was cool with my roommate at the time. We got into a game with a random dude, and we just went over to him, and he figured out what was happening, and he just texted like, "You fuckers," and then like that guy's a weirdo. He's still playing that game like 15 years like after the fact that it was good.
I didn't know he even still
Yeah,
had
but
like games.
but
I guess there are
seriously
still game
playing it.
servers could be third party, so it worked because we did it over like a local network.
Yeah, it was very complicated to find people to play that game with. But yeah, when we did it over local, it worked fine.
It was so fun.
It's a great game. I don't know. I think Ballard's blowing smoke up our ass right now.
He must be because he loved it.
He did love it.
You're right there, Ballard.
What's happening?
That's two
yeah.
cans. Poundy.
So yeah,
let's-
for me it was lucky because eventually it would have been 2000. No, not 2000. Sorry, it would have been 1994 or 5 when I finally got a computer in my own room with a door I could close, and it was right at the point where AOL started letting you access the actual World Wide Web. And the first site I went to, Playboy.com.
Of course it was.
Yeah, and Playboy.com was, even for free, they gave you a few glimpses of titties.
It was like 3 images total, and it was like the first one was clothed, the second one was titties, and the third one was like ass and titties or just ass.
It was great because it asked,
but-
are you
okay,
21? Not 18. Are you 21? I'm like, 13-year-old me is like, yes, I am. The internet doesn't know.
Every time. Of course, you idiot. Of course. Boom, boom, boom. Felk, okay, so
It
Playboy
still
was
does that.
So Felk, Playboy
Legally.
was your first corporate site, I guess, major corporate site.
Yeah.
My first major corporate site was actually StarWars.com.
Well, that says a lot about our priorities.
Yeah,
does.
It says a lot about the guy who jerked off when he was a junior in high school for the first time.
By the way, Star Wars.
He did it when he
True.
was 3.
By the way, StarWars.com is was happening in a fucking pretty awesome site way back in the early 90s or
It was,
mid 90s.
yeah. No, I went
I
to
think
it.
the first website I went to was the Mission Impossible movie was coming out, and they said go to this site and solve like a case, and I think I went to it.
Okay.
So I was solving missions that were impossible.
I want to
Before
see
you guys
naked
even
women.
knew
Like, that
what
didn't
was
occur to
happening.
you? Okay.
Did you guys? I saw in I think it was 6th grade.
Watch Ballard say, like, the first time I saw tits on the internet, well, it was like 2007.
No, I saw tits. I saw tits in 6th grade on the internet. But the first thing I saw on the internet that was of note in 6th grade
I think the masturbate
was
to them for another 5
South Park
years.
Spirit of Christmas.
What? Oh, really?
What?
South Park Spirit of Christmas was the first major thing I saw that became of note in the end.
You mean
And I
video?
saw that early on. I saw that in like 6th or 7th grade.
You mean like video, right?
Yeah. I saw like a downloaded video my friend downloaded.
I
Sixth grade.
remember.
It's
6th or 7th. Maybe it's seventh
seventh
grade.
maybe.
Yeah.
Because
I
when
was
I was a
downloading
freshman in
trailers.
high school, it was a new show. So maybe 8th grade for you.
No, it was 7th grade that I saw it because 8th grade I was not friends with this guy.
Okay,
This guy.
fair enough. This guy, fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Nah,
Sounds
he's
like
a
an
good
asshole.
guy.
He
I
sounds
bet
like-
he's fucking like loaded today and super smart. I mean, seriously, a lot of people I knew back in the day are
I
like,
bet he's under a
I'm
bridge
sure-
doing crack cocaine.
No, I don't
Shooting
know.
heroin up his asshole.
That's where you put
That
it.
was one of those types.
I think the first porn site I looked at, I think I typed in Jenny McCarthy nude because she was the hot chick at the time, and it was
Cindy
a
Crawford for me.
It was a geocities.com,
Mm.
and the
Geocities.
pictures were huge.
You know
and
how
it
to
took
pronounce
the
that
whole
correctly, right?
screen. How do you say it?
It's GeoCities.
GeoCities.
GeoCities?
GeoCities.
It's
Yeah.
not GeoCities?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, GeoCities.
Well, excuse me for something that existed 20 years ago. That's no longer. But anyway,
That was like
I
the
went to
first, like, yeah.
Consumption Junction.
all right.
That was like
fuck
the
you
first
guys.
MySpace, you know.
But the pictures took up the whole screen. And I remember waiting forever. Just it started her head, and I was like, okay, I've seen her face. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, here's the neck. There's the neck. Oh shit, I see some boobies come in. There's a fucking nip. There's a nip. And then it would freeze.
Images used to take minutes. An image.
I know. Oh, I know. It was a matter of
You watched it come in like layer by layer. It was like,
and it was not only layer by layer, and then it would be like out of focus, and then it would slowly come into focus, and then slowly come into focus more too. Even
It was like a shitty printer.
time. What a great
yeah,
time.
it was like,
in lines, and then it would go like again, and you fill in the gaps. To
yeah,
finally get
downloading
that.
essentially a porno image or a nude hot chick image was a matter of, all right, it's 3:30. My mom will be home by 4. If I start this now, I might get it done by then, and then I'll save it, like, and watch it later or look at it later. It was like that kind of level of like trying to deal with porn on the internet. And then I guess one of the most fucked up early sites I came across was Consumption Junction. Did you guys ever come across that?
Did that have Tub Girl?
Oh my God, yeah, it had Tub Girl.
That was late 90s, early thousands.
You guys realize that Tub Girl is so obscene and so gross that it is off the internet. It is gone.
That's not remotely true. Google Tub Girl, you'll see her right now.
Google Tub Girl right now. You will not find it. You will not
Bing
find
her.
it.
All right,
Do it.
done. I'll
Use
do it
Bing.
right now.
I already use Bing. Bing has no standards.
Do it. Bing?
Don't use
Who
Google.
Uses Bing? Who uses Bing?
People who are tired of Google's bullshit.
So you.
No.
Okay.
Wait,
If you can
somebody
find the actual Tub Girl picture, I'll come suck your dick right now.
else. I don't want to. I'm sure I could find it, Nolan. Yep, there it is.
God damn it. There it is. God damn it. God damn it.
It's really horrible, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
I guess I'm on the next flight to San Francisco. God damn it.
Don't do it again.
No. Dude, I've actually looked a couple years ago because someone we worked with never had seen it, and I wanted to show it to him, and I couldn't find
Look
it.
at this meme. Look at this meme. It's Friday, and
I've had a
it's
shitty week. What is that girl doing? I want to know the story. What's happening with Tub Girl?
somebody built art.
Stop
like an art
doing
piece.
it.
She is what was she doing? What was she thinking about?
Why did you think that was off? You can't take things off the internet, Nolan. Why did you think that wouldn't be on the internet?
I swear to God, for a couple of years I tried to Google it and I could not find.
I love the years. You didn't give up. You just kept pushing through. You're like, I will find it someday.
Ballard,
I will find you.
Did you get that by Google?
Yes.
You got the Google.
All I would find was a drawing of it. I would never find the actual image.
I don't know. I don't think you know how to use Google because you also swear you could not find Stacks or any of those guys for years. And I just Googled gay porn Stacks, and immediately it's like, here's Stacks, your boy. Here's the black guy naked. You're
Stacks, your boy. I
was like, okay,
Stacks,
there he
your
is.
boy.
I was like,
Phil.
Kai, gay porn star. Here's Kai. I was like, oh shit, this
Google-
pop right at me.
Google knows what you search for. It knows you search for a lot of porn, so it just kind of blocks that out for me. And it's like, hey, Phil, come down this rabbit hole. We know you like this stuff. Here it is.
When you Google K male gay porn star, how many ways can Google interpret that?
It's Kai. It's Kai, by the way.
What is it? K? Probably because of the gay porn.
Guys, since we're talking about porn, let's get into our first internet porn. So, what was your first internet porn, Felk?
My first real video porn, which took hours to download and was probably 27 megabytes of terrible quality, was something I found on LimeWire. You went on, remember, got LimeWire to download.
I was gonna say so. I will probably not speak any further because Felk, you are about to explain my first internet porn as well. Go ahead.
You think it's the same one?
I don't know if it's the same one, but it was LimeWire.
Well, LimeWire only had like
There's lots of
7
options.
good.
Yeah.
No, LimeWire only had like 7 good things. But the first thing everyone saw it because it was the most popular one was a weird single video available on LimeWire of what I think is Jenna Jameson, where she was at a restaurant and she took another girl in the bathroom and lesed out, and then it was cut with a different scene with her, because like a different scene of her in front of a fire truck getting fucked by like 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah, the fire truck. Yes.
That's a great scene. That's a great scene.
There's two, and they're just pieced together in one like probably 5-minute video that I probably jacked off to a million times. The next one I got was Raylene getting cummed on by a bunch of guys.
Nope.
Never got that one. It was pretty good.
No, I got that one, but I thought it was Britney.
Yeah,
I
the
thought it was
fake Britney
Britney.
video.
Yeah. There was also a fake
video,
Britney
too.
one. That was also a different Raylene video.
I definitely remember that Jenna one. That was early on. I cannot speak to if that was number 1 because I don't truly remember the first porno that I saw on internet. But that was by far one of the earliest ones.
Look at Banner Michael on internet.
The fire truck scene is good. I'm partial
Family
to
Love Michael
the
is
one
actually
on
a sign
the one
I've
on the
had in my
boat where
house.
she's fucking the captain.
Oh yeah, fucking the captain.
Yeah,
Yes, I've seen that one. Yes, that's a great one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But I think the girl she's lesing out with in the bathroom is Brittany Andrews.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure not Sky Lopez?
I remember Sky Lopez.
I forgot about Sky Lopez.
Oh, we're gonna hold on to Sky Lopez for later.
Add her to the
Talking
list.
bodies.
Oh, she was cute. She always wore like a bandana or a hat, though. She was weird.
Brittany Sky.
Brittany Sky was later.
She's 2000s. She's way later.
She's later.
She was a mess.
She was always a mess.
Yeah, she was a mess. Okay, well, Noli, why don't we go with you next for our first? This is it, folks. Cool Boy Nation, you've been waiting all night for this one. It's time to talk about cybering with some chat rooms. And Noli's going to start us off with some super sexy chat rooms. Noli, did you ever go chat rooming?
Oh yeah, I think I touched upon it earlier. I went on the AOL just to chat room, and I would go on there.
Not funny. Felk, did you ever go chat rooming? I'm just kidding.
No, nothing's funny. I'm like a little kid going on a chat room. I just want to talk shit.
Really? You were saying you were a shit talker? Seriously?
Oh, the biggest.
Really? That's all you did? See, okay, no bullshit for me. I was on
You were
with
trying
like
to
3 or
find
4
love.
of my friends, and we were always the same like 14-year-old girl that was just trying to get laid by like guys in the room, and we were always like these 14-year-old boys, 13-year-old boys, 12-year-old boys, all pretending to be this 14-year-old girl, and just we're all like, make her say this, and getting like these 40-year-old men all hot and bothered. We fucking did that shit. It
Oh,
was
really?
fucking
You were on the other
ridiculous.
side of it. I was on the naive side.
Oh no, we were fucking with people being like, we're so hot and sexy. Tell them your pussy is engorged. You know, like we didn't know what pussies were really. We didn't know what it meant. All I
Pussies get
known was
engorged.
I knew about engorgement
girls
on a
did.
boobie because I had a friend who had a medical book. And we went through the medical book. And I remember seeing engorgement as a thing that women get when their breasts get too full. And I remember being like, I love that.
Breasts get
That
engorged.
looks
I don't know if
amazing.
vaginas do.
No, but we would use engorge because we knew it was a word that was involved with breasts. Maybe it was involved with vaginas. We were not smart. Okay, these are 13-year-olds coming up with random shit, just trying to get 40-year-olds hot on the
Wait, so
internet.
how do you know that? Were they really 40? So you know that you were
No,
fucking-
honestly, I think they were 13-year-olds pretending to be 40-year-olds. Like, I think it was.
No, I don't think
the
so.
internet, for the most part, in '93 was 13-year-olds pretending to be everybody.
Yeah. Hey guys, side tangent. Filk, would you fuck a pregnant chick?
I have.
No shit.
Filk, he's questioning it.
How
He's,
pregnant? How pregnant?
Felk, here's your answer. All the way pregnant.
If it was like someone notable, if Megan Fox is 7 months pregnant, is like, will you fuck me? This is your only chance to do it. I will do that. I'll do it.
Okay, but like it's just a woman carrying your child, and it's not Megan Fox at 7 months. You're like, fuck you.
not his child. This is Filk. It's a girl he met at a bar.
Oh wait, why is a pregnant woman hanging out at a bar?
I don't understand.
Because-
There's too many
because-
variables here.
Because the girls Filk would fuck would be at a bar pregnant.
There's too many variables here.
Okay, what are the variables?
How hot is she? I mean, that's the biggest one.
Super babe.
She's hot. She's just pregnant. She's
Yeah.
a super babe who's pregnant.
Yeah,
You're fucking her.
I'm not fucking her.
Okay, fair enough. All right, moving on.
Well, you didn't even let me do mine for chat room.
No, go,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go
We
now.
should
Go
chat-
now.
I was
chat,
on the other fucking side of it where I was like a dumb 13-year-old, and I was on AOL chat rooms, and you'd find like youth interests, and like a girl would be like,
So Felk, you're fulfilling my theory that all the internet was in 93, 95 was just 13-year-olds
Nope.
just talking to each other.
Talking to each other, yes. I mean, and I would say, like, I am a 13-year-old boy in Texas, and I am happy, and I am Matt, and who are you? And she'd be like, I'm Sarah. I'm 14. I'm a little bit older. LOL. Ha ha ha. We didn't have LOL back then, but
No,
it didn't have
Ballard.
LOL.
That was definitely Ballard.
yeah. So
Yeah.
then they would talk to me, and no, the Ballard was talking to the ones who said they were 40 and probably were, and I was 13 talking to girls who were like 13 or 14. I thought. And eventually,
But
to be
whoa,
like, no,
to be
let
clear,
me.
it wasn't just me. It was like four of my friends and myself, all like being one girl.
Yeah,
But remember,
true.
you could join the AOL chat room that was like about movies or about like the environment or about
Yes.
anything. Which one would you go in?
Me? There was
Would you go in, like-
there was one for teen culture.
For teenagers.
Yeah, exactly.
okay, I
I
remember.
was,
Yeah.
I was in the right place, and I would always just with such ease because all the girls in my school, none of them went on AOL. None of them liked computers. This was back when boys were the only ones who liked computers, not girls. So I was so surprised how many times I would find girls my age who wanted to talk about, I'm holding your hand. And I'm like that would be me, and then they'd be like, now my hand is on your cock and it's stroking it and it feels so good. I'd be like, wow, this girl's really sexually aggressive. And she'd be like,
Wow.
She'd be like, now I'm taking your little cock into my big hands. I'm like, I guess this girl has big hands. I was clearly talking to 40-year-old fucking men.
That's so
Looking-
funny. And then I'm on the other end, like essentially just goading them into it, and you're on the other end, like being like actually like taken advantage of.
I was
I
definitely
love that.
taken
So
advantage
Phil,
of.
you were greasing your gator to Ballard pretty much.
No, it was old, creepy fucking men.
No, because I was the
pretending to be girls
14-year-old
my
girl,
age.
or sometimes we were older men. Sometimes we were older men trying to find women.
Well, my story's
And then
not
we-
about you, Ballard. It's about me getting horribly violated in the early
no,
days of
no,
AOL.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh,
You did great.
yeah, sure, I'm fine now. But looking back, how did the suspension of disbelief was immense. It's like there's people who think the cigarettes make me stronger. That level of like disbelief was like, this is clearly really a girl, even though when I asked what your name was, she forgot her name was Sarah and said David for a second. I don't know. Maybe David's Sarah's middle name.
Well, talking about chat rooms, have you guys done anything more along the lines of say like chat roulette today?
Nope, never doing that shit.
What the fuck is that?
You never tried chat roulette?
Have you? You just get to see a bunch of guys' dicks.
I know, it's really weird. That's a lot of what it is. It's a lot of weird, flaccid dicks.
Some are hard.
You kind of expect it to be. I actually had a conversation with some guy in I think Iraq a long time ago, which was pretty cool. But other than
you were
that,
in Iraq.
no.
He was talking to a guy with his dick out in Iraq.
No, the guy had no dick out. It was him and a buddy, and they were just like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And I'm like, "I'm in America. It's nighttime." And they're like, "Oh, we're in Iraq. It's daytime." And I was like, "That's crazy. We're like at war with you or something." And that was about it. And then the chat like changed because that's how.
Because
chat
he was
roulette works.
executed.
He was immediately. And I doubt it was Iraq, honestly, but it was somewhere in the Middle East. It seemed. But other than that, okay, cool.
Okay.
I guess there's nothing in the internet today. I mean, porn is way better though, right?
Is there video chat? Or was it
It
video?
was video chat, yeah. Chat roulette. Try it out. Chatroulette.com. It's
Don't
random as
try it
fuck.
out. You'll just you'll see a bunch of guys with their dicks out, and then you'll click to
Hey,
the next
Falk,
person.
you've been saying all episode that Nolan would love that.
Actually, try it out.
What is this theory? What are these guys thinking about? Just having their dicks out? Does anyone
do.
want to see dicks?
Nolan, it's like this. It's like this. And it's just like a dick out for no fucking reason.
Thanks
No
for
one wants to
illustrating.
see that. Not even hot chicks want to see dicks out.
No, if you ask girls what they want to see and they're like their number 10 is still not dicks. Like girls don't
Yeah.
want to see dicks.
These guys just like to show their dicks. These guys are fucking menaces to society.
Yes, they are absolutely like a
But
cool boy.
it's a service that has entirely been with their dicks out. So they know what they're getting into, and they're getting it. So, no one's hurt as long as...
But these are the guys who like Instagram or direct message a picture of their dick to a chick, and they expect some sort of like response that's positive. But all the responses are negative. It's like no one wants to see your dick, dude.
It is. It's funny, and the people that make chat roulette clearly do not want this to be like what chat roulette is used for. And all chat roulette is used for is for people just displaying their like small little flaccid dicks on like chat roulette.
I mean, maybe if I play that game and like you show me your 10-inch like flaccid dick, I'll be like, oh, cool. I'm glad I saw that.
No, that's not the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I don't want to see your fucking 1-inch, 2-inch flaccid dick. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, and then the other thing, I guess, it's way better today than what we endured was obviously not only do we have, constant interneting on like all devices at all time with Wi-Fi, but Pornhub and Xvideo, technically, I guess, and whatever Xhamster and everything else. But Pornhub and Xvideo have been always the ones I've gone to.
If I have to Xvideos, I don't like Pornhub requires you to like open up a new window with each video. That's weird.
No, it doesn't.
It does on the phone.
Tab. On the phone. Okay. Oh God, you're jacking off in secret.
You're like a goddamn monster. All right, Felk, what about you?
Pornhub's the best. I use a lot of them.
I love Pornhub.
No, I like Spank Bang has the full videos.
Spank Bang is excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, Spank Bang's good.
It's my favorite, but it doesn't work well on the phone. But like that's
because it uses it uses HTML5.
What was the old Gorilla thing? What was it called? Gorilla something? No, Gorilla. It was Gorilla.
That's just Gorillas naked.
No, it was Gorilla Bank. Gorilla Spank Bank.
I don't know any gorillas.
What was it called? Oh, Cool Boy Nation, if you know about the Gorilla site I'm talking about, tell me. It's Gorilla something.
Well, we've never had an email before, so.
Yeah, well, thank you, Cool Boy Nation, for responding and letting us know whenever we ask you questions. It is a two-way conversation, Cool Boy Nation. That's how relationship works, okay?
The Cool Boys Podcast at gmail.com. Do you think one cool boy is gay? Tell us which one at the Cool Boys Podcast at gmail.com.
I think I know who Felk's leaning towards on this episode.
But
all right.
I think it's clear he's leaning towards himself, the guy that loves ass play.
And then I guess the only other thing is that internet's just so fucking crazy now. I don't think people could ever possibly understand the way we used to use it when it was the wild west of the internet.
Oh yeah, no, it was back when Napster came out, and it was just like, oh, all music is free now. No more spending $18 for a CD.
Shut that down, LimeWire. Like it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Shut that down, Morpheus.
Morpheus was
really.
Yeah.
Well, then at that point, after LimeWire, torrenting became pretty big.
Yeah, and they tried to kill that, and that just didn't work.
But the Pirate Bay never stopped, and you have Kick-Ass Torrents, and they never really stopped.
I love the Pirate Bay. That was so hilarious. Every fucking week, like Gizmodo would have, like every 4 months, Gizmodo would have an article like, the Pirate Bay just got shut down. PirateBay.se is no longer available. Next article, PirateBay.kr is now up. It's like PirateBay.to is now. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, they keep just changing the last two letters.
What's Nolan doing? Are you seeing this? He's like, Nolan, what are you doing? Nolan's running around his asshole, peeking in and out of cupboards and shit.
What?
I was watching you just peeking in and out of cupboards.
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody fart? I can smell a fart.
No, you're alone. You're alone.
Do farts travel across the internet?
Ghosts.
Why not?
Ghost.
We clearly don't know how the internet works. Well, that convo was too much for me. I am so hot and bothered now. Lord have mercy. I need to go change my pants and wipe down this chair because there's cum and vag juice all over it. I seem to be unable to keep myself from squirting right now at this incredibly sultry moment. We seriously need to move on because I need to go finger bang my asshole. It's talking bodies time.
All systems ready. 3, 2, 1. I saw him out walking with his girl. Oh?
Talking bodies. Yeah. Talking bodies.
Oh, yeah.
As always, Talking Bodies has us discussing the wonderful world of mega hotties and super babes.
And Cool Boy Nation, to enhance your body experience, we say that you strap on that hard drive and whip out that keyboard and come Googling along with us as we search for some hot bodies and dongs.
Love the way you say "and." By the way, every time you do this, like, and cool boy. It's really nice.
So I don't know if this fits into mega hottie or new or not well known super babe. So I'll let you guys decide. There's a difference. There's a difference. Mega hotties are mega hotties and super babes are super babes. Yeah. Anyways, so this woman is a porn star and she could easily fit into either option. So I would want you guys to help me out and pick. Her name is Priya Price. Do you guys know of Priya Price?
Sounds familiar.
Okay, so then she is a new, not well-known super babe. Well, I saw this porn. It was a porn fidelity porn, actually, with Priya Price on Pornhub. And she's this gorgeous woman, beautiful eyes. And I just got to say, she's fucking hot as fuck. Gorgeous tits, great ass, great body, thick old thighs.
Sounds Indian.
Oh, she's thick. She's thick. No, she's black. It looks like with the.
She's not thick. She's not thick. She's just well received.
She's natural.
Yeah, except for the titties.
I thought her tits looked natural in the picture.
I'm pretty sure those are fake.
I don't consider that thick. I mean, I don't know. She's just dark.
No, I said thick thighs.
I'm not too into her.
I like her. I liked her. I thought she was cool. She rides like a champ.
I only masturbate to Aryan women.
Okay, well.
That's not true. My favorite porn of all time is Jewish.
Definitely on the African American side.
And has AIDS, sadly.
Who's this?
Naomi Russell.
Who?
Naomi Russell. I made the joke that I only masturbate to Aryan women, then corrected it saying that's not true. That's a horribly racist thing to say. I'm just kidding. And one of my favorite porn stars, if not my favorite porn star of all time, would be Naomi Russell, who's Jewish. And then I said also she has AIDS.
She has AIDS for sure.
Yeah, she has AIDS.
Yep. Oh yeah, she's like the AIDS one right now.
Naomi Russell.
Oh, you'll recognize her. She's got the best ass.
I never liked her. I know she's known for her ass. She does have a great ass. I never liked her, and yeah, she got the AIDS, son.
She got from anal cream pies. A guy who's no longer in the business anymore.
She got
Derek
AIDS from
Price
anal cream pies. That's how she got the AIDS. Apparently, anal cream pies were all the rage, and she got them, and she got the AIDS.
You don't like her? Really? That's too bad.
No, I don't like her.
I never liked her face or her body.
Nothing in the chest department going on here. And
yeah,
her butt
that's
is
pretty
like,
much it.
Her butt is like mom status. It's not like great.
Now, maybe now, but her butt back in the day when it was on point was a like.
Well, I imagine she's lost a lot of weight recently.
Her profile shots.
It's not a bad butt. It's just a mom butt. It's
what are you doing? What are you Googling? What are you doing?
Yeah, she's got a great butt.
I'm just fucking Googling pictures of a naked ass fuck.
Wait.
Getting
railed.
No.
Right.
Go back. Let me see. I didn't see it. Hold it back.
It wasn't that good.
Bring it back.
It wasn't that good a photo.
Yeah, that's not her butt.
A clothed photo.
That's her butt.
Yeah.
It's a mom butt. It's not that amazing.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like so she was like great ass. Like
I don't know what that means.
When she came out, though, there weren't that many mom butts. Okay. So
I don't know what mom butt means. She has a great.
I don't know what that means either. She has a great ass.
JAP.
She was known for her ass. That was it.
She has curly hair. No boobs.
No boobs, no face.
I'm not down with that.
Disagree.
No, neither was I. But
she has boobs. She doesn't have double D's, but she has boobs.
Okay, well, she's not a new or not well-known super babe, and she's definitely not a mega hottie. So let's just move on. So Priya Price, Felk, you're not down with. Noel, you're not down with. I'm sorry I brought her up.
Give her
Priya
2 out
Price.
of 5 cool boys.
Well, I thought Priya Price was pretty hot. All right, well, now it's time to pick our top 3 bots from a specific show, movie, franchise, or era. And this week's segment is called Cyber Babes. So that'll involve women of such like Cindy Margolis, Jenny Cam, Anna Vogue, Sandy Westgate, Erica Rose Campbell, Heather Brooke, Shannon Tweed, Heather Van Deven, Ali Baguette, Devin, Jenna Jameson, Patricia Ford, Christina Dulce, practically anyone on the internet in the early 90s that a 13-year-old boy would want to grease it to.
Or just people who are famous from the internet, because some of those aren't early 90s per se.
No, not necessarily. So, guys, what would you want to grease it to?
All of them, probably.
So what's your top 3?
No, you don't want Anna Vogue. She was like one of those famous people on the internet in the 90s because she did like this live stream where she did like weird ass performance art, and she occasionally got naked. And I was one of those people who watched her stream because it was the easiest way to just get this person's naked right now and I could look at them. Yeah. This is before cam girls were a thing. And then Jenny, her name's just Jenny from Jenny Cam. The Jenny Cam was like the hot one who figured out like, I'll just be hot and not a weird fucking gross freak like Anna Vogue, and be hot all the time and naked a lot. And Jenny Cam was like so cool to like to see you watch a live stream of a girl in her apartment naked whenever you wanted. But Erica Campbell's the hottest girl on this list, I think.
Okay, so for me, Erica Rose Campbell's number one.
Damn, Skippy.
She's thick.
I love her.
God damn, man. Get some. You should enjoy some meat on your bones.
Erica Rose Campbell's definitely
that's
not thick. Cool Boy Nation, Erica Rose Campbell is far from thick.
Yeah,
she's incredible.
Perfect.
She's very well shaped. She's a woman.
They can't all be little twinks, Nolan.
I like Ali Baguette as well. I like Heather Van Deven. I like Jenna Jameson. I like Devin. I like Shannon Tweed. Sandy Westgate, I would even go with, but I think Erica Rose Campbell's number one.
Some of her earlier stuff, she's not as thick, but I mean,
I like her. I like her thicker than that. And I wouldn't. I like her thicker than that, and I would say at her thickest, she does not qualify as thick, quote unquote.
Felk, do you appreciate the fact that I put Erica Rose Campbell on this list?
She's not this girl getting fucked in the butt like a bunch.
No. She quit porn because she became super Christian.
Wait, did she show her vagina though?
She did girl stuff.
Oh yes,
loose.
Not like wide open. She did a lot of pantyhose stuff.
Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of fake stuff.
Felk, did you say pantyhose stuff?
She did. I think she spread wide. I think she spread wide.
She did no, never super wide.
That's
but
not
pantyhoses, she did a lot of wide stuff.
You keep missing the camera. That is her. Yeah, that's a real one.
That's for sure for her.
Yeah, she spread that wide.
It?
I've definitely seen her spreading up. I want to say I even see her.
No, but she's never spread.
You move the vagina part.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go in there.
But she's done spread on pantyhose stuff.
I mean, I'll give it to you guys. I mean, if we're gonna go with I don't know why Shannon Tweed's on this list because she was like doing movies.
Yeah, she was doing movies on cable, but
but she still was like a big internet sensation then. Like people were clicking on the Shannon
Sandy
tweets.
Westgate was late '90s, but I think she still counts. Cindy Margolis is
Christina
her
Dulce is late too as well. But Ali Baguette was hot as fuck back then.
She was all internet, and so was Patricia Ford.
So was definitely Cindy Margolis, and so was Leanne Tweeden.
And Erica Rose Campbell was nowhere but the internet.
Pretty much,
I'm not sure what year Heather Brooke came around, but like if I get my dick sucked like that every day, I mean, she might be number one.
Okay, well, I think Erica Rose Campbell's one, and then I would have to put Ali Baguette as two. What do you guys think?
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
What do you think is three?
I really like Christina Dulce, but that's like 2004. I just mentioned her because she's like the MySpace girl.
She's like
You brought up a memory like of her. I remember she was like all over MySpace. Like, but who was that chick?
She was just a model who came in and fizzled out. That was like that was early modern internet. That was the dawn of the internet as we know it now.
Yeah. Did anyone like prominent ever like date her or like
no
tout her around? No, she just like died. Like, what is she doing now? She's probably like some like mom.
She started a jeans company and then it failed.
Of course it did.
Yeah. It's too bad. She should have done porn. MySpace had like that road to celebrity that was early on, but like not technically what we're talking about, but I just kind of wanted to throw her in because I really thought she was fucking
So who
hot.
do you think's three? Cindy Margolis maybe? Because she even did Playboy.
Cindy, yeah. Or Leanne Tweeden, if she's not allowed to be on the list, that's fine.
Leanne Tweeden doesn't really fit.
Wasn't she like
Leanne
90s?
Tweeden was like VHS as well.
Okay. Cindy.
What did she do anyway? What did Leanne
Tweeden did like Tropical Paradise shit for Playboy.
Yeah.
Did she get nude?
Yeah, and Tropical Paradise type stuff. Yeah. And then she did a couple special editions for Playboy way back in the day.
I have my hard drive out and my Google keyboard so I can Google along.
That's right.
You guys.
You strapped on your keyboard.
Nation. So yeah, Leanne Tweeden did some early Playboy stuff before she did her late Playboy stuff.
Well, didn't Cindy Margolis do Playboy too? I mean, it didn't really matter.
Yeah, Cindy Margolis also did late Playboy as well, but her Playboy stuff was a lot hotter than Leanne Tweeden's late Playboy stuff. Leanne Tweeden's early Playboy stuff is also not very good, but she did do stuff for Playboy TV if you had cable back in the 90s, and that was like Tropical Paradise, like Island Paradise or some shit like that. She did a whole series called that with other playmates or Playboy women.
I'm still fine with her being 3, and I'm also fine with Jenna Jameson being 3 because even though she was VHS porn, she was like so many people's first.
If Leanne Tweeden's on this list, Leanne Tweeden's on this list.
Yeah, that's fine. And Jenna Jameson could be on the list too. So
nah, Jenna Jameson. I would put Leanne Tweeden over Jenna Jameson.
Okay, fine with that.
Because for me, Jenna Jameson didn't get good until like 2000, 2001.
You're crazy.
You know, Leanne
That's when she got
Tweeden
hot.
hugged me frontwise.
Sidney Margolis is too
pressed against
phony,
me. It
like
was
all
fucking
over the place
fantastic.
to be.
She was in a
So
Halloween
Erica Rose
costume.
Campbell, Ali Baguette, Leanne Tweeden.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys decide this list.
Noel, you don't like Leanne Tweeden? What's wrong with you?
No, I do. We've worked with her before. Are we allowed to say that?
No.
Did you ever meet her?
Okay.
I say she hugged
Yeah, I
me,
did.
but I want that in because that's one of my proudest accomplishments.
No, I think Leanne Tweeden.
You felt you want that in?
Well, there was no context to it.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to include her, that's fine. Erica Rose Campbell, you guys have kind of turned me on to her, even though I don't really agree. Who was the other one?
Nolan, stop on the 5 next time and grease it to an Erica Rose Campbell clip.
I thought you were on the 4
Okay.
or 5. You were on the 5?
It was on the 5.
And you really did masturbate and then tell that story and then realized that you probably shouldn't tell that story. And then you said, but it didn't really happen. I didn't actually do it. I wait till I get home.
It didn't happen. It was going to be too bright. It was too dark. If it was during the daytime, it might have happened.
See, none of the facts add up now. It's too bright, too dark.
Yeah,
happened.
whatever.
Too bright,
You
too
clearly
dark.
masturbated on the 5.
I like I like Ali Baggett. And I like Patricia Ford too.
I dig it. I can dig what you're putting down.
So what was our top 3? What'd you guys decide on?
I think it goes the voluptuous Erica Rose Campbell, followed by the incredibly sultry Ali Baguette. Pushing in hard is the maybe well-known Leanne Tweeden.
All right. Well, I think you guys are not including Patricia Ford or Heather Brooke, but that's besides the point.
We are.
Because most importantly, let's talk about some fucking dicks.
Oh!
Love that dong. Love that internet dong. Love that early 90s dong. Love that fucking CD drive dong.
CD dong. That's right. You heard it, folks. It's Love That Dong. That means it's time to name 3. Count that, 3 celebs. And guess who has the biggest dick and why? And this episode segment is called A Series of Tubes.
It's a series of tubes.
Stop, Siri. Stop. Siri just seriously looked up tubes.
Siri, you're a cunt.
Would you like to hear more?
That's amazing.
No. Okay, thank you.
See, I love how stupid Siri is. Clearly this person wants to know about tubes.
Yeah, well, speaking on a series of tubes, we have some dongs that are based around internet. And that means we have people like Steve Case, Sean Parker, and Larry Ellison. Now, for those who don't know, Steve Case is the man who did AOL. Sean Parker is the man that did Napster. And Larry Ellison is the man that did Oracle. And that's right, they did those things and nobody else did. So, guys, out of Steve Case, Sean Parker, and Larry Ellison, who has the biggest dick and why? Now, once again, gentlemen, I have provided you with links for you to look up these guys and see who has the biggest dick.
Does anyone care
Well,
about these guys?
so
You tell me, Nolan. Click on the hyperlink.
is that really a photo of Larry Ellison? Who is
Nope,
that?
that's just an old man. Larry Ellison is an old man. He's probably got a dick like that.
What, Phil? Why do we both click on the bottom guy first?
I don't know.
That's what I clicked
Larry
on,
Ellison's
too.
actually a weird looking dude. He's very suave, and his lesbian daughter ruined the Terminator franchise.
Cool Boy Nation, if you want to see Larry Ellison, go see Iron Man 2. And when Tony Stark shakes hands with Larry in the beginning of the film, Larry is Larry Ellison.
Okay, well, Sean Parker picture is him sucking Justin Timberlake's dong.
No, that's just Justin Timberlake, because Sean Parker was played by Justin Timberlake in the Facebook movie Social Network.
Okay.
That's not Sean Parker. He's not that. He's not that good looking or ripped.
Yeah.
Well, I
And the
love this
Steve Case
picture.
photo is just Steve Case's face, because face it, Steve Case, you cannot find his photo anywhere with a dong.
Well, I mean, I feel some connection because Sean Parker definitely is on the spectrum as well. I feel like Steve Case probably has the biggest dick just because AOL was so arrogant and cocky boys have the big cocks, you know. It would take someone with a big cock to just be like, let's just mail everybody a CD. And they're like, well, you mean everybody? Everybody has a CD everywhere.
He probably sent out billions of CDs.
Yeah, there's landfills full of nothing but AOL CDs and discs.
And his name is Steve Case. That's like a gay porn star's name.
Yeah, the EPA actually had to get involved to stop them because they were making so many of them and just sending them everywhere because it was
Powerhouse.
money.
I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah,
I like
by
Steve Case.
Sean Parker, and then Larry Ellison. It's an SQL like fucking database protocol, you know?
Yeah, what does Oracle do? What do they do?
You know exactly what they do. Stop playing dumb.
What does Oracle do, Nolan?
They sponsor a basketball team that's won multiple championships.
That's what they do.
They were an
That's how they
SQL
do.
database server software.
I think we're all failing to look at the most important evidence here of the largest dick. Steve Case has a tremendous amount of hair on top of his head. That guy is got a huge dick. I mean, come on. Justin Timberlake, not a huge dick, so Sean Parker doesn't have a huge dick. And Larry Ellison does not have a huge dick because anybody named Larry does not have a huge dick.
Also, his lesbian daughter is now more powerful than him because she's like a major player in Hollywood, even though her company's named like a dog food company.
Not only Ellison's daughter, but Ellison's son as well is also running Hollywood.
I didn't know about him. I just knew about Megan.
She's Annapurna, right? And he's the other one. I forget.
Annapurna sounds like a dog food company.
David Ellison. And he does Skydance.
Skydong?
Skydance.
Dongfall?
He's a Skydance media producer, so yeah, he does all the Skydance movies.
What does Skydance
like
make
True
anymore?
Grit, Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, Jack Reacher, G.I. Joe, Star Trek Into Darkness, World War Z, Jack Ryan Again, Terminator Genesis, Star Trek Beyond, Jack Reacher, Life, The Hitman's Bodyguard, Geostorm, Star Blazers, Mission Impossible 6, Terminator Reboot with Tim Miller.
I mean, if you produce Jack Reach Around, I think I lost all respect for him right there. He told me they did that.
Felk just dived out.
What happened?
Felk's out of Skype. I may have lost the internet. Felk is gone. No.
Where is he? Is he texting us?
Yeah, he says he lost internet.
Oh, he lost internet?
Felk might be gone.
So is he not recording this anymore?
No, he's still recording on his end, but... Well, I mean, like, mainly what it is, it's like you got Steve K, Sean Parker, Larry Ellison, so, I mean, like, it's clearly the winner here is Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Billy, come back, big guy. We love you.
Come back.
I'll just do the show close for Felk. Well, that's it for this episode of the Cool Boys podcast. Cool Boy Nation, tell us about any of your funny or interesting early internet stories or first time getting that porn. Also, if you have any questions about our first time on the internet and getting that sweet, sweet porn on, then let us know.
And obviously, Cool Boy Nation, if you have any bodies or dongs you would like to mention and throw in the mix and have us review, please alert the Cool Boy Nation. And please let us know, as we always love seeing those big-ass titties, but more importantly, those big-ass dongs.
Andy, come on, big guy. So close. Just click send. You know you have that email in your draft. Click send.
I don't think I'll sleep till I see that dick.
Please, Andy. Nolan can't sleep until he sees your dick. All right. Well, new episodes come out every Tuesday or Wednesday. Follow us on Twitter at Cool Boys Podcast and Facebook at The Cool Boys Podcast. Email us at thecoolboyspodcast@gmail.com. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can find us on YouTube by searching The Cool Boys Podcast. Rate and review us on iTunes at The Cool Boys Podcast, and donate to us on Patreon and receive additional episodes of Cool Boys After Dark and a Cool Boys shout out on our normal episodes that air every Tuesday. You can find the Cool Boys Podcast on Patreon at www.patreon.com/coolboyspodcast.
And Cool Boy Nation, please visit Patreon and pledge to us. Our goal is $135. We are so close.
So close.
So close.
So close.
Just get us over the hump and we can continue to do this podcast next year.
That's right. Well, thank you very much, Cool Boy Nation. Stay tuned to another great episode, and maybe we'll have a moment where Felk gets back in here at some point. And if you haven't noticed, Felk is gone for the rest of this episode because Felk lost internet. And what an episode to lose the fucking internet on.
Episode about internet.
I can't believe he lost the internet on this episode. Well, until next time, it's Byzies from Felk and Byzies from Ballard.
And that's Byzies from Nolan. I think we're done.
I think we're done. I can't believe Felk actually lost the fucking internet at the end of the Cool Boys, Cyber Boys, XXX in an internet origin story. I can't believe Felk actually lost the internet on this fucking podcast. What a fucking weird ass podcast.
I think it's poetic.
It is. All right, Cool Boy Nation. We love you. Sleep tight. Good night. Bye-bye.
You are outstanding American boy.
You have excelled in all things.
I pump while I dump. Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
Get out of here, damn silly. Get out of here!
Oh, yeah.
This episode of the Cool Boys podcast was brought to you by... I lost Nolan. I lost both of you. Can anyone hear me? I'm alone now.
Get some
Cool Boys.
so serious.